So, welcome to RVK Newscast. We are in this lovely weather close to Keilir, the most dangerous area right now. We're even closer now than we were last time, but don't worry, we're safe, we're professionals, we know exactly what we're doing. And a lot of things have happened since Monday when we saw each other last time. Before we start, we are going to pick the winner for our Einstök game. Explains this one here. And we're going to do it at the end of the show. Also, remember our online shop. And I can't really have a script here, so I don't have any notes or anything. So if you want to get more comprehensible news about all of the situation, go to grapevine.is. So here we go. Last time we met, I mentioned the 3 days package from the Red Cross. A fantastic idea, and basically necessary to just keep yourself alive. But as a Grapevine, we do it a little bit different though. We have Soma sandwiches, not so good, but they do the trick. And we have, of course, Einstök beer and Icelandic water also. This is our 3 days pack, I guess. But jokes aside, let's go for the news. Today is Wednesday, and it's exactly 1 week since we had our first earthquake. Some scientists think that this earthquake was the one that triggered all of this, what is happening. In these 7 days, we've had, I think it was about 14,000 earthquakes. But there was quite the news on Tuesday, yesterday, or end of Monday, where it said that scientists had satellite images of the area, this area here, on the other side here, they saw exactly what is happening. So what's happening is basically that the magma is coming up. It's not that far away, and it is something called magma intrusion is happening.
Hello and welcome to our science lab, as you can see here. This is where we do our scientific research, as you can of course observe. We have a page that is not a page, for example. We have our covers here. We have calendars, a few years old, and we have of course postcards, which are lovely, and thank you for that, those who sent us that. But here we have a very simplified picture of what is happening. As you can see, this is the Earth here, it's green. This is the rock face, it's blue. It is blue. And this is lava, of course. This is 1 kilometer, and this is 7 kilometers. This means that the lava here is in 7 kilometers depth. What we need to know here is that there has been a magma intrusion. And we know this because of satellite image that we got late Monday and was reposted on Tuesday. That shows that the lava here is intruding itself here, up here, but not the whole way. So we still have some protection here, but it's not much. So it means when there is an earthquake, it always makes more and more and more space for this to go. This is only 1 meter, like approximately. We don't know exactly, but it's not much bigger than that. It's not big, and therefore we're not concerned. But what you see here is only the front of it. It's actually 5 kilometers long. That means that when it comes up, that's why we say this will be a huge crack and it's a very long one. It will not be 5 kilometers though. It could be like perhaps 2 kilometers, even shorter, even longer though. Nobody really knows. But what's happening here is the pressure. It's pressuring everything up. Everything here is going up slowly. So when this goes way too much up, this here will, in the end, crumble. Therefore it will crumble. This will come up and go like this, and we will basically see, yeah, this will go like wherever it wants to go, but it would definitely go.
Oh, you're back. Yeah, just checking if the volume was okay here. I don't drink and work. It's also light beer, so don't worry about that. Yeah, we have beer here. The reason is basically because we want to see if there's a earthquake. The last time we were here, actually, there was an earthquake, 4.2, I think, and like over 3 in magnitude. But we didn't feel anything. You saw the video. There was nothing happening. So we were thinking about like having 2 glasses, and you could basically do like this if there's an earthquake, or you could see this the waves in the beer. Perhaps not the best liquid, but I mean, at least it's fun. Also, this is our 3 days package. This is what we use if when in danger, we use sandwiches, beer, and a little bit of water. But we don't really need the water either, so don't worry about that. So, the weather here is wonderful, as you can see. This is one of these beautiful days in Reykjanes. In the city, the weather is completely different. It's like no wind, and it's very nice. But hey, you want me to throw? So what has been happening here now is that we had 14,000 earthquakes from Wednesday, and this is quite something because yesterday was perhaps the biggest news day, because from the satellite images that we had, we could see that the volcano. It's definitely, we know exactly where it is. First of all, it's in the area of close to Fagradalsfjall, and we know that now that it's more likely than not that it will go up. But keep in mind, when more likely than not means that it's from 0% up to 40%. But last time we spoke, it was perhaps like 0 to 10%. So we don't really know what's going to happen. What's happening now, though, is there is nothing happening. That's the biggest news, because the earthquakes, it dropped drastically yesterday. That meant that we thought perhaps it was over. But little did we know, of course, scientists said, no, it's very unlikely that this is done. Like they said, it's almost impossible. They're only taking a breathing pause, and you can keep in mind, it's not that unsimilar. Well, it is very unsimilar, but it's a little bit like labor when a woman is having a child. It's like it's goddamn shakes and everything, and you just try to push it out, and then you have to take a breathers and just for the last push. So perhaps, and hopefully not, we're in this moment before that last push. But also, last night it started again. We had 4.2, and we didn't have any fewer earthquakes. Yesterday well over 1,000 earthquakes just yesterday. I think it was closer to 2,000. So it's still very violent in many ways. So we are kind of hoping that that they will either just blow up or not. That's kind of what the situation right now. Also, what we know now is that the volcano will not be dangerous. It will not be bad it will not go, lava will not go to the Vogar, which is the town there we were concerned about. We also know that this will not probably it will not go and cut the roads. We know that this volcano will be a very small one. Most volcanoes in Iceland are small or medium size. Only few ones are big or just goddamn monsters like Katla, Eyjafjallajökull, or of course the one in Jesus Christ. Well, I'm just gonna sit here in a storm. Well, yo, tack. So, but there is a possibility, and much more possibility, that it will erupt. And if it will erupt, we spoke about the gas last time, and the gas could be more of a headache than we think. The thing is that when these volcanoes come up, they are filled with just a lot of toxic stuff. One of these things are gas. One of the scientists said yesterday, and it was not very assuring, she said this will not be super lethal. So that gives us the space of like non-lethal to like quite lethal, just not super lethal. She talked about the choice of words were bráðdrepandi, or like super lethal. What we are afraid of is that in certain wind, like this wind, this is south, no, this is north, and this is where our city is, and this is south with Grindavík and all of that is. So if that will happen, then we will have to stay inside because the gas can be perhaps not super lethal, but it can be uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially those that has like underlying diseases. So there is definitely a danger, but there's a lot of ifs here. So keep in mind when I say this, that like first it has to erupt. Second of all, we have to see what comes out of it. And we have no idea because there hasn't been an eruption here in 800 years. But it's definitely going on. Something is going on, and scientists are also now concerned that this is our new norm. This area has just awakened. It's like a sleeping dragon, like a fire dragon, and perhaps in the next 50 years we will see often volcanoes in this area. The good news is that if they will all be so small, it's wonderful for the tourist industry. So we can basically be happy about that. If you come to Iceland, you're only like 20 minutes from a volcano, and you can probably see it before you land in Keflavík International Airport. Was it an earthquake? No. Oh. Just checking. No earthquake. Probably there have been like a dozen of earthquakes while we're just sitting here, but we can't feel them because they're deep and we're also close to the area. In short, come on, Polly, you are very needy right now. Is it the earthquakes? In short, the possibility of an eruption are much higher now than we thought. Second, if it will happen, it will not be dangerous. It will be a small one or a medium size, probably a small one. Number three, if there will be an eruption, we will have to be worried about gas. And number four, perhaps nothing will happen, and if nothing will happen, it could trigger an earthquake up to 6.5. That's a disaster also, but it hasn't happened, and I'm fairly confident that it doesn't feel like it's gonna happen, but you really don't know now, do you? So this is the wonderful area. Now we're gonna do the game. But I think we have to do it inside of the car, where Art is sitting actually comfortably now. So I hope you enjoy this. You want beer? Fucking hell. We couldn't do this outside because it's paper and the weather out there is really bad. So yeah, these are like a lot of people that actually participated, a lot of people that had it right. Perhaps we want to go to the who actually had it right. What was the answer? The answer is basically Ronaldo tears. That was on our cover. That was on one of our t-shirts, I think. But often it was just Einstök on these beers on our t-shirts. But Ronaldo tears in a beer bottle is absolutely hilarious, of course. So we're gonna do this. I can't do it because I can see it all. So I'm gonna let Art, our wonderful, beautiful, crazy photographer, do this. So, Art, are you ready for this? Perhaps you're not thinking, why has he so female hands? But I mean, Yes, SK Raymond, Topolina 64. I have no idea, but SK Raymond, you have a t-shirt. You want to see this? So, what happens now, you need to send me an email at valur@grapevine.is, and I want you to, Art is now telling me that he actually cut this whole thing, and he's telling me that these are actually 2 names. 2 different winners, I might add. So I guess to make this simple enough, both of you have won this. It was not part of the program, but I mean, this is how we are. We do certain things, and it's always a surprise in some ways. So both SK Raymond and Topolina 64, please email me to valur@grapevine.is. I trust these are your emails, addresses, or part of them, or whatever. If not, I will. If I have some suspicious, then I will perhaps ask for some credentials. But congratulations. Thank you, Einstök, for helping us. It was also a shitty day outside, but it was very tolerable because of Einstök. So thanks for that. But that's it for us today. We are going back home. And I might add that the roads here are horrible. It was like 8 kilometers, and we were possibly like up to 1 hour just to get those 8 kilometers. So if you're in Iceland, do not come here. Trust me, it's shitty weather, shitty roads, and if there's a volcano, you could be in trouble. So just stay away from the area. Until next time, on next Monday, then I'll see you later. And again, congratulations, SK Raymond and Topolina 64. Okay.